Hello. Welcome to Football Over. YouTube channel updates football news today, and the fun of the football world. You can follow us on Subscribe Now. Chelsea are drawing up a new contract for Cesar Azpilicueta, with securing the future of the long-serving club captain. Chelsea are reportedly preparing to offer club captain Cesar Azpilicueta a new contract. The Spaniard, whose current deal expires in June 2022, joined the West London club in the summer of 2012 for around £7 million and has made 420 appearances for the Blues since then, winning 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Europa League titles, an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup in that time. Azpilicueta has been a trusted starter under Thomas Tuchel since the German replaced Frank Lampard in January, with the 31-year-old selected in the starting 11 17 times in 20 matches since the former Paris Saint-Germain manager was appointed at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea are lining up a new deal for their long-serving right-back, according to AS. Azpilicueta had somewhat fallen out of favour under Lampard due to the emergence of Reece James, but Tuchel has found a way to accommodate both players, using Azpilicueta more often as a wide centre-back while James' attacking instincts are unleashed as a wing-back. The former Marseille defender's longevity puts him 10th on Chelsea's all-time appearances list. Former teammates Petr Cech, Lampard and John Terry sit 6th, 4th and 3rd respectively. As well as providing defensive stability, Azpilicueta has popped up with the odd goal at crucial times, scoring the opener in a 2-0 win over Burnley in Tuchel's opening game in charge and goals in draws against Ajax and Lille in last season's Champions League group stage as Chelsea finished 1 point above the Dutch giants. Azpilicueta's experience will be useful as Tuchel's side look to win the FA Cup and Champions League, as well as trying to finish in the top 4. Saturday's 5:30 p.m. kickoff against 5th-placed West Ham, who sit just below Chelsea on goal difference, is massive, with 2 legs of a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid to follow before successive Premier League games against Manchester City and Arsenal. The FA Cup final against Leicester then takes place on May 15th. With Chelsea facing the same opponents at Stamford Bridge in the league at a rearranged date due to the Wembley fixture. Pau Torres confirms talks over move as Man United transfer bid gets significant lift. Manchester United's prospects of signing Pau Torres this summer have been given a boost after the player confessed that he has spoken to friends in the game about playing for a big club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is keen to sign a new defender this summer, with both Phil Jones and Eric Bailly set to depart. Torres was this month identified as one of 4 defenders the club had shortlisted this summer. The Spain defender has emerged as one of La Liga's top centre-backs at Villarreal. Indeed, a recent report suggested that United had already made contact over a move. And the fact that Torres is a left-footer puts him near the top of Solskjaer's wish list. United's prospects of securing his signing have been given a timely lift too. As per recent reports, Torres would be keen to move to Old Trafford. The 24-year-old will get the chance to prove his credentials against Arsenal in the upcoming Europa League semi-finals. And if both United and Villarreal progress, his final outing for the Yellow Submarine could be against his future employers. Now Torres has addressed his future for the first time. Speaking to Sport, he admits to consulting with several friends over a move. Players who have gone through important clubs, when they talk about an experience they have had, I like to listen to them. Both Paco Alcácer and Raúl Albiol or Alberto Moreno, Torres said. They tell you things that you have not yet experienced and that you think you would like to experience. Despite admitting to talks over a move to important clubs, Torres insists his focus remains on a successful end to the season with Villarreal. As well as Europa League glory, they also hope to qualify again for the competition through their La Liga placing. He said, "It is a pride to see that your work is reflected in this type of thing that is spoken. But I face it with great tranquility. I am in a great club like Villarreal and from the tranquility I work every day. I'm not thinking about that transfer, either. There is still a lot ahead of me and my short-term goals are the European semi-final and then to be available for Spain. Right now I have a contract until 2024 and I know that I still have room for improvement. I know that I am in a club where they will treat me well. I will not lack anything and that is very important to me." Leicester City boosted with Trincao development. One of the main transfer targets for Leicester City in the last summer window was reportedly Barcelona's Francisco Trincao. Despite having never played for the Blaugrana at that point, Brendan Rodgers was apparently hugely interested, with The Guardian indicating that the East Midlanders had offered a 2-year loan deal, including a clause to make the switch permanent for £45 million. Their overtures were eventually knocked back though, the club instead bringing in Cengiz Under from AS Roma. However, a move could potentially be back on with Barca now apparently more willing to sell Trincao according to Sport. That newfound availability will certainly be a huge boost should Leicester still retain an interest in the wideman. In signing the young Portuguese, the Foxes would be sealing one of the most exciting youngsters in Europe, having notched 9 goals and 13 assists in all competitions during his final season with Braga. Whilst the £22.5M rated winger has not displayed that kind of form at the Camp Nou, having only managed to get on the scoresheet on 3 occasions this season, he still has his fans. Former Barca midfielder and fellow Portuguese international Deco labelled the 21-year-old as quality upon his arrival in Catalonia, while it was his performances at SC Braga last season that really stood out and earned him his high-profile move to the Spanish Giants. He scored an impressive 9 times and provided a whopping 13 assists in 40 games. Chelsea favourites to sign Raphael Varane ahead of Manchester United. Chelsea are understood to be leading Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain in the race to sign Real Madrid defender Raphael Varane this summer, Mundo Deportivo claims. The Frenchman is approaching the final year of his contract in July, and he is yet to be convinced by the Madrid Giants to commit his future to the club. With the lack of progress in contract talks, Veron could be sold by Los Blancos in a few months. United and Le Parisien are said to be very interested. However, it is reported that the Blues are favourites to meet the €70 million valuation for the centre-back at the express request of manager Thomas Tuchel. Veron has been a brilliant servant for Los Blancos over the past decade, registering 357 appearances across all competitions. He has established himself as a world-class player in the defence, and remains an undisputed starter for them. Despite this, he appears to be mulling over a fresh challenge, and it has been reported that he would prefer a Premier League move. United failed to sign him from Lens back in 2011, and were unsuccessful with another attempt to lure him from Los Blancos 2 years ago. They could return for his services in the forthcoming transfer window, but may be reluctant to go on a bidding battle with their league rivals. The Blues spent more than £225 million on signings last year, and they are likely to back Tuchel, who was appointed in January, with transfer funds. The Blues have a big decision to make on the futures of Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen, and Antonio Rudiger, whose contracts expire in 14 months. Thiago Silva's deal is due to conclude at the end of the campaign, but the 36-year-old appears most likely to sign a 12-month extension. AC Milan want Manchester United and Chelsea target Gianluigi Donnarumma to make final decision on £130,000 a week contract extension by May 23. AC Milan have set a deadline of May 23 for Gianluigi Donnarumma to sign their final new contract offer with the Rossoneri, according to reports in Italy. The goalkeeper's contract at the San Siro club expires in June, which has alerted the likes of Premier League sides Chelsea and Manchester United, along with Juventus. Donnarumma has been an ever-present for Milan for the past 6 seasons and is closing in on 250 appearances for the club despite being just 22 years of age. AC Milan have set a deadline of May 23 for Gianluigi Donnarumma to sign their final new contract offer with the Rossoneri, according to reports in Italy. The goalkeeper's contract at the San Siro club expires in June, which has alerted the likes of Premier League sides Chelsea and Manchester United, along with Juventus. Donnarumma has been an ever-present for Milan for the past 6 seasons and is closing in on 250 appearances for the club despite being just 22 years of age. Donnarumma first broke into the Milan first team in the 2015-16 season as a teenager but has only won the Italian Super Cup with the Rossoneri so far. After a series of top-half finishes and Europa League campaigns, the goalkeeper is currently a key component of Stefano Pioli's side this season that is in control of their Champions League qualification fate ahead of the season run-in. Milan are currently second in the Serie A table, 10 points behind city rivals Inter at the summit, but Pioli's men are only 3 points ahead of 5th place Napoli with 6 matches to go. Qualification for the Champions League could be enough to convince Donnarumma to stay at Milan and extend his 8-year career at the Italian Giants. Donnarumma's performances for Milan in the 2019-20 campaign saw him earn a place in the Serie A team of the season, while he was also handed the Goalkeeper of the Season award for Italy's top flight. Reports in Italy have linked Lille goalkeeper Mike Maignan as Donnarumma's replacement should he depart on a free transfer this summer. Bayern Munich start talks to hire Tottenham manager target Julian Nagelsmann. Spurs may have to turn attentions to alternative targets to ultimately succeed José Mourinho as permanent boss. Bayern Munich have opened talks to hire Leipzig's Julian Nagelsmann as manager, making a bad day for Tottenham Hotspur even worse. The highly rated 33-year-old, who is perhaps the most sought-after coach in world football, had been Daniel Levy's top target to replace José Mourinho. While it is understood that Nagelsmann has in the past indicated a willingness to go to Spurs, sources on the German side maintain this was primarily to flush other suitors out. His own target has long been to manage Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga's prime job. Nagelsmann has reportedly told Leipzig he wants to leave, but it will take a fee of €15 million to sign him. The East German club, who are part of the Red Bull empire, are re-signed to losing him. Spurs will have to turn their attention elsewhere, with Brendan Rodgers, Graham Potter, Roberto Martinez and Scott among options they will look at. Levy is said to want a project manager similar to Mauricio Pochettino now. Current Bayern boss Hansi Flick has already announced his intention to depart from the Allianz Arena this summer, 1 year before his contract was due to expire. He has been linked with the soon-to-be vacant Germany national team job, with Jogi Löw also set to move on from that role. Spurs appointed Ryan Mason as interim manager until the end of the season after announcing Mourinho's departure, but the 29-year-old was unable to guide his team to victory at Wembley on Sunday, where the North London club lost to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final.